Well, author, therapist, and founder of the Tranquility Jour lifestyle brand, Kimberly Wilson has spent 2 decades helping others incorporate more tranquility and balance into their lives.
She's here to discuss everyday stress reduction tips, how creativity helps reduce stress, how to art journal, and ways to incorporate more creativity into your life. So, Kimberly, welcome. Let us be the ones that you incorporate all this tranquility.
Can you help de-stress us? I mean,
yes, please.
Just now, the World Series is happening, and our station has been passing out stress
these little
baseballs.
stress.
Yeah, I love it.
I mean, so something that simple really de-stress you?
Believe it or not, it does.
Okay.
It does. And you know, what I found that is most helpful, and there's 3 B's and 1 C. And it's really, the first one is breathe, right? When we get stressed out or anxious, like our breathing stops, right? We go into short, shallow breath.
Right.
So taking that nice deep breath. The other thing is to be still. We're always on the go. We're always moving.
Yeah.
So what would it be like to just sit and notice? Like observe.
See, that is hard for me.
It's hard.
Yeah, that's hard for me to do. Just sit still.
Even if it's 1 minute.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like, why start with an hour, right? That's too ambitious.
Yes.
So 1 minute, and then the next one is the body. So move the body through exercise, super helpful for reducing stress, but also to notice the body. Am I hungry? Am I thirsty? Am I tight? Am I cold? Am I loose? Like, what are you noticing that's going on kind of muscularly?
Okay.
Yeah. And then the last one is C, create.
Okay. Okay, BBBC.
Sounds like
Yes.
Julie's report card.
It does. I was thinking the same thing. It does sound like my report card with the CV and
Well, no,
math.
the funny thing is you bring up the breathe, and ever
Yes.
since I've gotten my Apple Watch last year, my birthday,
Oh, yeah.
I swear that thing is always telling me to breathe. So I guess I'm
good.
and
You're
I'm
always
like
stressed.
Right, so it's always like
Yeah.
ding,
Good.
like I got a text? Nope, breathe. Okay.
Yes.
But I mean, like that is a good idea because I don't know if you're always aware of it, right? So
Right.
that's the thing. If you're basically saying you need to be more self-aware so you can read. Your body's telling you what's going on, but how do I interpret
Well, and
that?
I think the same thing when you
Exactly.
get tense or stressed, you don't realize it, but like everything, like for me, everything goes up in the
Tightens.
shoulders.
Totally,
So if you
yes.
breathe, like you were saying, it kind of just lets everything relax.
And then just tune in, like, oh, my body, like my shoulders are up to my ear, right? Or I'm clenching my teeth. It's like, oh, what would it be like to just relax?
What do you say to people who get stressed when they sleep? A lot of times people like grind their teeth.
Oh, yeah.
That's a huge problem.
Or wake up with a sore neck because you like get all
Yeah, you
contorted.
get all tight up.
Totally.
Yeah.
You know, one of the best things for that is having an evening ritual. So you have a little practice that you do that helps you kind of de-stress before bed.
Drink.
So drink
Glass of wine or bottle of
Chamomile
wine. Or,
Johnny Walker Blue Label.
That's one option. Yeah, so like chamomile tea, a nice hot bath. Maybe you write out what's on your mind just to kind of get it out.
Right.
And then like, I think people can have a much better sleep with just some small tweaks.
Yeah.
And
Right,
the Apple Watch is helpful, right?
It is. Because that's the other thing you always hear is that people are so attached to their devices. You shouldn't be looking at that blue light or staring at your screen before bed,
phone
which
before
a lot
bed.
of people do.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
But you know, it's also very helpful, right? Because it could be nice to wake up and be like, I got 100% last night on
Oh,
my
no,
sleep.
no. Like I wake up, it's like, you slept for 5, you have a deficit. Like, you always have a deficit. I'm like, I want a surplus. I want a surplus.
Yeah, exactly. What are some other creative practices that you recommend that we can do?
Yeah, so with creativity, what's interesting, like how does creativity help with stress reduction?
Right.
But one of the best things with creativity is it helps get you into the zone.
Right.
So what I mean by that is you get out of the head and all the like concerns about, okay, what am I gonna do later? What am I gonna eat? Things along those lines. And it's more of like, I'm so immersed in this practice. That's called the flow state, which is a really great place to be
Is
in.
that why people like to do the adult coloring books?
Totally.
Okay.
Yeah, and so some ways to do, you know, practicing creativity. Of course, there are things like drawing and doodling and coloring and painting and dance. So there's all sorts of things. Are you a dancer?
My daughter is, so sometimes she pulls me into the mix. Let's just
He'll
say.
shimmy and shake. Especially if you have $1, he'll shimmy and shake.
Oh my goodness, but I don't think that's quite calming me down. That's getting me worked up.
Maybe it gets you worked up to calm down. But yeah.
But so you mentioned, so one of your things you said, you have a simple way to bring some creativity and relax, and that is, you said, a journal?
An art journal.
Okay.
So one thing that is, believe it or not, this is actually very fun. And there was a study that was done at George Washington University. They have an art therapy program.
Right.
But on how art journaling can help. It like slows the heart rate. You know, it increases serotonin. Who knew?
Right.
But art journaling is very simple. So what it is basically instead of just writing down your thoughts, which is wonderful.
Right.
It's also incorporating imagery and paint and, you know, little ephemera. So all that stuff you have kind of lying around the
Right.
house can become art journaling material.
Oh, wow.
And so this is like my art journaling travel kit. So you just need a little art journal, maybe
Okay.
a glue stick to
my
put the
goodness.
ephemera
Okay.
in. I know, it's like
So it's kind
bag
of like
of
your
tricks.
So it's kind of like a vision board, but on the go.
Exactly.
Okay.
You.
So great for travel. I know, look at
Yeah.
you.
So like if you're in the airport, you're waiting
Yes.
for the flight, or the flight's been delayed, or you're sitting on the tarmac. Instead of freaking out, like let's just put some things together here.
Exactly. Let's
Yeah.
do some writing. Let's do some thinking. Let's, you know, sketch the Louvre. Say you're in front of the
Yeah.
Louvre. You know, so it just encourages regular creativity. Another thing that's super fun is washi tape. Do you know washi tape?
Oh, is that like the duct tape, but with different designs?
Exactly. So different designs.
Hey,
Look
All
at
right,
you.
but can we just pause for 1 second? My daughter has all this in a caboodle that we go on vacation with, so maybe I need to have my own caboodle because I
You
feel like a lot of
do.
things that you have here,
Yeah.
she has. So,
know.
I like
right?
it because it has sparkle. That you get
Oh,
sparkle
we have
tape.
sparkly tape. We have.
Yeah,
You don't
yeah.
even know. I can't
It's
even
so
tell you.
much fun. And there's even
Yeah.
sparkly paint. Like, who knew?
Oh, yeah, there's puffy
So,
paint, puffy
there's
sparkly
puffy
paint.
So can we
Yeah.
open up a few
Of
pages in your book
course.
and show, like hold them up and
Yeah.
show to the.
So here's just an example.
There you go. Hold it up like that.
Yeah.
Glenn will get that in just a second. Yeah. And so, what was this? Just
So
a
this,
picture?
Yep. You know, sometimes you get those gorgeous cards, right? And you're like, I don't want to toss them.
Right.
So what if you actually tore it off
Okay.
and put the front cover on and did something with it? And then, of course, here is a fortune cookie.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, the cure for grief is motion.
Okay.
Okay.
You know,
That's
so
cute.
and then here's like a Mary Oliver poem, and
Yeah.
then something from an old book.
Yeah, just like some affirmations.
Exactly.
I saw in there was a cutout from the magazine, the airport magazine, in the seat in
Oh,
front of you that's in
yeah.
there.
Oh, really?
You can, I mean, all sorts of stuff, right?
So how long have you
Yeah.
how long has that journal been kept? Or that
This
the-
one,
right?
you know, I started this probably in 2014, but I add
Okay.
to it. I have probably 5 this size, but then you
Okay.
can also do the big ones.
Right.
They're a little heavier to tote
I was
around.
gonna say,
Yeah.
toting around the airport.
That's
You got that
cute. So,
in
and again, it's perfect for, train, plane, automobile.
Yeah.
Sitting
and
at
memories
work.
too. I feel like because I mean, obviously,
Totally.
obviously doing it at particular times can take you back to a moment in time or a particular
That's fun.
situation.
Yeah.
And I'm sure your daughter has headbands. So
Oh,
these are
we-
just like little headbands, and then
I'm
you
just telling you. I
keep it
mean,
together.
in her pink room, she's got a lot of that stuff.
I love it. I love it. Okay. I want to
Well,
start
these
a
are good
little...
ideas. No, I do like that for sure. B,
C.
and
C. Yes.
Okay, but notice there's no picture of a voodoo doll and like where you want to stab me with. That's not the kind of creativity
we
we
keep
have.
that out of here.
We have positive creativity. I love that idea. That's
good
really
stuff.
sweet.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much, Kim. That's good ideas.
Absolutely.
Hopefully you can help it and breathe. Just remember to breathe.
Yeah,
Follow
breathe.
your body.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you,
Yes.
Kim, so much for being here today. We're going to take a quick break, but of course, there's more LTL right after this. Stick around.